Hello, everyone, and welcome. We're so excited you're here today. Whether you're tuning in live or watching this recording later, thanks for spending time with us. In case you missed it, we recently pulled back the curtain on something we've been working on for a while. Something we believe will make a huge difference for anyone building with Webflow. It's called the Webflow Way. So what is the Webflow Way? Well, think of it like this. Imagine you're building a tower. If you haven't started with a plan and a strong foundation, eventually you'll reach a limit for how high you can go. The same thing can happen to your website. But when you build with a strong foundation of best practices, you can quickly get your site into production and performing smoothly and set your team up for success as you scale and evolve it over time. Imagine your team building better converting pages, driving higher rankings in AI and traditional search, speeding up load times, and collaborating seamlessly, all because you embraced a more effective way of working within Webflow. That's what the Webflow Way is. It's our definitive reference guide with best practices that help you work more effectively in Webflow to deliver and optimize the high-performing site that you need. It's a strategic roadmap for teams who want to dream bigger, scale smarter, and collaborate faster. So you might be wondering, why did we create this? Because we know that building, managing, and optimizing in Webflow is incredibly powerful. But with that power comes
great responsibility.
Well, yes, but also lots and lots of options. And we have heard so many of you ask questions like, what's the right way to set up our design system? Or how should we name our classes? Or even how many CMS fields is too many CMS fields? So we decided to take what we've learned and put it all in one place so that you're getting the most from Webflow from the very beginning by building on a strong foundation. And by the way, the Webflow Way wasn't created in a silo. Instead, we co-created the Webflow Way with industry experts from our community to provide you with best practices backed by their experiences and expertise that drive results every day for some of the biggest brands in the world. That's what the Webflow Way offers. For this first iteration, there are best practices across 6 key areas: design systems, CMS, SEO, localization, optimization, and collaboration. By putting these best practices to work, your team can scale your site with consistency and performance, and foster collaboration that maximizes both speed and quality, so you all can focus on moving the needle, improving conversions across your site. We want you to get as much out of Webflow as possible. With these best practices, you can build bigger, more ambitious projects that drive better results and empower your team to continually push the limits of what your website can achieve. The sky's the limit with Webflow. Whether you're building with plastic blocks or div blocks, reaching new heights requires building a strong, scalable foundation, and the Webflow Way is the blueprint to exactly that. So today, we'll walk you through what we've launched, give you a peek into how we built it, and talk about how you can make the most out of the Webflow Way. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to some of our product experts to dive right in.
Thanks, Ben. This next section is all about the what and the how. We'll show you what you'll get with the Webflow Way and how you'll be able to leverage these best practices so that you can get the most out of the platform. I'm going to kick us off with design systems. In this section, you'll learn how to build design systems that set your entire team up for success. These systems are the foundation of scalable, consistent, and efficient design in Webflow. Whether you need to ensure brand harmony across your entire organization's sites or maintain a single site over time, design systems give you the reusable building blocks you need for a cohesive web experience. Use them to standardize structure, style, and motion, empower your team to collaborate more efficiently across every page and interaction. Maybe you're wondering how to define classes that anyone on your team can use, or when it makes sense to create a component versus a combo class. Maybe you're unsure how to translate your design tokens into Webflow variables, or how to take your brand to the next level with motion design. The design system section of the Webflow Way covers all of these questions and more, with best practices for naming, organizing, and building a resource library that's both flexible and scalable. Ultimately, it's about laying a foundation that ensures everything you build is thoughtful, reusable, and easy to evolve. That's the Webflow Way when it comes to design systems. Thanks, Melanie. Whether you're building a blog, resource hub, product catalog, or team directory, Webflow CMS gives you the flexibility to create scalable, performant, content-rich experiences, all while maintaining design control and empowering your team or clients to make updates confidently without fear of breaking anything. In this section, you'll learn the full life cycle of working with the CMS, from how to structure your content, to importing data from other platforms or tools, to designing and launching with it. So, for example, let's say you're building a resources section on your website, and each article has a topic tag, like design, product strategy, or web development. Now, instead of creating separate layouts for each one, you can design one flexible collection template that adapts using conditional visibility or dynamic styling. For instance, each topic tag could display a different color, helping readers visually navigate content while keeping your design consistent and scalable. Now, why does all this matter? Your CMS is what keeps your site fresh, relevant, and high-performing over time. When it's thoughtfully built, your team can publish content at scale, test new ideas quickly, and respond to business needs, all without waiting on development cycles or compromising design consistency. A well-architected CMS isn't just a technical solution. It's a strategic advantage. And in this section, you'll get the blueprint to build one that's scalable, efficient, and built to grow with your site.
Thanks, Catherine. Now, we all know that being visible in search, whether through Google or AI-powered discovery, it can make or break your site. But doing SEO or being ready for new concepts like AEO, which is agentic engine optimization, and GEO, generative engine optimization, doing that right in Webflow, it doesn't have to feel intimidating. In this section of the Webflow Way, you'll learn how to build, launch, and maintain search-friendly websites that are optimized for people, search engines, and agents and LLMs too. From technical and content structure, we'll show you how to approach SEO and AEO in a way that's practical, scalable, and it's built for the long term. You'll get a clear breakdown of foundational topics like building clean URL structures, setting up redirects, generating sitemaps, and adding things like canonical tags. For example, if you're using Webflow's CMS to power a blog, you'll learn strategies for structuring your templates so every post automatically includes optimized metadata, semantic markup, and performance-friendly images. And you'll see how performance, accessibility, and site and content optimization all work together in Webflow, and how building with these principles from day one helps your site rank better and load faster. Because at its core, SEO and AEO, it's not just about visibility. It's about reaching the right audience at the right time. And the Webflow Way helps you do just that with confidence, precision, and speed.
Thanks, Brett. Today, every business has the potential to reach audiences across languages, cultures, and markets, whether that's their core strategy now or on the horizon. That's why localization shouldn't be an afterthought. It should be built in from day one. Webflow localization gives you the structure and flexibility to design with a global mindset, all within a single platform. And in this section, you'll learn best practices for how to structure your site for multiple locales, adapting your design system across regions, and approaching content using 3 distinct strategies: translation, localization, and transcreation. Now imagine a hero section in your English locale that says, "Discover our integrated platform." How should that appear in your French locale? Should it be directly translated, rewritten to match cultural tone, or entirely reimagined to reflect a regional context and expectations? We'll explore how each of those approaches influences not just your words, but the layout, visual hierarchy, and overall presentation of the page, so your design feels just as intentional as your messaging. This matters because your customers expect content that feels familiar, not just in the words you use, but in how the page is structured, what imagery is shown, and how your unique offering is presented. Meeting those expectations builds trust, reduces friction, and opens the door to entirely new markets. Localization is about designing for context. The Webflow Way helps you do that with clarity, structure, and scale from day one.
Thanks, Alex. For teams who are serious about driving results from their site, optimization is where things really start to click. Think about how much energy goes into getting traffic to your site. SEO, ads, email, content. Optimization is about making sure that once someone lands on your page, they actually take action. Whether that's signing up, booking a demo, or making a purchase, it's one of the fastest levers you can pull to drive measurable growth. Our stance is simple. Real results come from iteration. You don't always need a giant redesign to move the needle. You can learn real insights and boost performance by doing simple things like swapping a headline, tweaking a CTA, or tailoring an image for a specific audience segment. As you make more changes over time, layering what you've learned, you can create real results. It's sort of like compound interest. Lots of little lessons that build on each other to create the best possible outcomes. The Webflow Way gives you a clear, structured approach for optimization. Start by identifying high-leverage pages, places with lots of traffic or lots of conversions. Then, look for gaps or drop-offs in the data with Webflow Analyze. You can then run targeted tests or personalizations, whichever fits your goal, with Webflow Optimize, and let AI do the heavy lifting for when you want to scale. This is all about building a culture of continuous improvement for your site. With a repeatable cadence, launch, learn, and iterate. You don't just hope for better performance, you prove it. And when you layer in personalization or let AI help route visitors to the highest converting version, your site doesn't just reflect your brand, it actively works to grow your business. That's the Webflow way when it comes to optimization. Data-backed, fast-moving, and built for impact.
Thanks, Jason. Webflow isn't just a design tool. It's a team sport. Whether you're a designer, a developer, content editor, marketer, reviewer, or any other stakeholder, the best work happens when everyone can work together smoothly. In the collaboration section, we're covering everything from setting up clear roles and responsibilities across your team to building structured workflows that streamline feedback and approvals. You'll learn when to use page branching to keep work in progress safely separated, how to organize staging environments to reduce risk on launch day, and how to run feedback cycles that are fast, focused, and free of bottlenecks. Whether you're managing multiple contributors or launching on a tight timeline, these best practices help you maintain momentum while putting guardrails in place to ensure quality and control at every step. For example, you'll learn strategies for setting up a workspace that lets content editors update CMS entries without ever touching the layout, empowering marketers to build their own landing pages using designer-approved building blocks, and managing versioning safely when multiple designers are working on the same site. When your team is aligned, everything is going to move faster and quality goes up. That's the Webflow way. Collaboration by design. Back to you, Ben, in the studio. Thank you so much to our product experts for that overview. Hopefully, this gives you a better sense of what we mean when we talk about the Webflow way and how it shows up across every major part of the platform. If you haven't already, go check out the Webflow Way site. Everything we've walked through is there, with examples and more tools to help you put it into practice. Now, let's take a step back, because while we've mentioned it before, it's worth emphasizing. The Webflow Way was co-created with experts from our community that we call Webflow Aces. These are folks who live and breathe Webflow and bring deep, real-world experience from working with clients and teams every day. These are some of the top minds in the world when it comes to building, managing, and optimizing Webflow sites that win. So to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how their insights help bring the Webflow Way to life and how they recommend incorporating these strategies into your own websites, I'm going to hand things over to Matthew, who sat down with a few of these Webflow experts.
Thanks, Ben. I'm Matthew Munger, Webflow Senior Release Operations Manager, and today I am joined by some of our community experts. They are some of the top Webflow experts in the world, building visually impressive sites that can scale and provide real business value. Let's get started by learning a bit about each of them, where they're located, what's their role, and when did they start using Webflow?
Hey, thank you, Matthew. I'm Matias. I'm based in Spain, near to Barcelona, and I've been using Webflow since 2014. So it's been a while now. And basically, for the vast majority of my time with Webflow, I've been doing freelance work.
My name is Josh Jacobs. I am a Webflow designer and staff brand designer at Jasper AI, and I'm based in Atlanta, Georgia. And I've been using Webflow since 2016.
Hi, I'm Alicia. I'm located in London in the UK and the co-founder and managing director of Code and Wonder, a digital agency we founded back in 2016. And we started using Webflow in the summer of 2020. And it's been a wild ride since then.
Well, thanks to all three of you for joining me. You represent different and important perspectives from our community. Josh from an in-house team, Alessia as an agency partner, and Matthias as a freelancer who's also worked in lots of different contexts too. As members of our community and programs, you've been instrumental in shaping the Webflow Way. When you first heard about the Webflow Way, what was your initial reaction?
Yeah, for me, I've been looking forward to a single source of truth, a hub of information of best practices in Webflow for years, right? I was immediately excited by the idea of this program, how it could lower the skill ceiling significantly for beginners while also helping to level the playing field for pros. And also selfishly, I was very excited to hear from other professional Webflow developers on just how they use Webflow every day.
Yeah, I mean, I was super excited as well. I've always tried to create guides internally for our team to follow, but I always wondered what the guides looked like for other teams, for other experts. So this has been a great opportunity to share knowledge and brainstorm together and actually see what the best way of building is.
I was really surprised um, with this news, and also really honored to be part of it. I was looking forward to read the documents and see what the Webflow way meant and how that aligned to my own understanding of the platform throughout the years. And yeah, it was pretty aligned with myself. And as Josh said, was I was sneaking into what other experts were saying on different parts. I know I have my uh, like a few parts where I really know what I'm doing, but others that I'm kind of um, half there. So it was really good to see how other experts think about similar problems that we face.
All right, so thinking practically, how would each of you actually go about applying the Webflow way in your day-to-day work? How does this look practically?
So finally, I can ditch all my documentation and just point everyone to the Webflow way. So it will save me so much time on documenting thing, also knowing that it's been proofread not just by us, but lots of other experts. So it's also validating some of my ideas or improving my initial idea that maybe I originally had. So it will definitely save a lot of time for me.
Yes, improving one is a huge thing. As we mentioned earlier, like sneaking into other comments from other experts, what they were saying, what was their perspective on specific areas. That's um, a huge way of going outside of your mind and see other ways of accomplishing the same thing. And the other big thing for me would be, while I have this like design system or CMS, I really feel I know them well. Other bits like collaboration or that are not really like, I don't feel 100% sure. Like the Webflow way would be my first to go source to, hey, what's going on with this part? Like, how should I address this?
Yeah, totally. I think I'll probably just keep the Webflow way open in a tab in my browser going forward, right? Because it's going to be so helpful to have a single source of reference for me in my like day-to-day life. Like, how do I address branching? How should I address, page approvals and things like that? All of that in one document is going to be incredibly helpful for me personally. And then in my day-to-day interactions with partners, both internal and external, right? Just having a single source of truth for them to reference so that we all are working on the same page is going to go a long way for my day-to-day interactions with them.
All right, to wrap it up here, really quickly, in one sentence, the Webflow way is.
The Webflow way is a gift. It's a lower skill ceiling for beginners and pros alike, and it enables us to create and work more harmoniously in Webflow.
The Webflow way is the best way that you can build on the web. And it's packed with knowledge and always evolving and focused on what matters.
The Webflow way is the foundation to build your own way with confidence.
Very nice. And I'll wrap it up by saying the Webflow Way is here. The Webflow Way is here. And now, back to you, Ben.
Thanks, Matthew, Josh, Alessia, and Matthias. All right, we've covered a lot today. From what the Webflow Way is, to how it's structured, to a behind-the-scenes look at the work that went into building it with our amazing Webflow aces. Hopefully, you're walking away inspired and maybe even a little more confident about what great Webflow work can look like. And this is just the beginning. The Webflow Way is designed to grow with you, with our platform, and with the web. Now, here's how you can start building the Webflow Way. Explore the Webflow Way site. This is your go-to guide. Dive into the sections that are most relevant to your work, whether you want to level up your CMS builds, clean up your design systems, or finally get SEO right. Get your Webflow Way badge. This is for folks who want to prove their expertise in applying these best practices and stand out in the Webflow community. Join our partner programs. If you're an agency, freelancer, or enterprise team, joining one of our partner programs gives you access to opportunities to shape launches, collaborate on campaigns, and stay ahead of what's coming next. And lastly, share your feedback. The Webflow Way will evolve. So if you've got ideas, use cases, or even challenges you want us to cover, let us know. We're building this for you, with you. We can't wait to see how you bring the Webflow Way to life in your own work. And we're excited to keep building the future of the web together. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you soon.